Coach, on the eastern edge of the D.C. metro area in Landover, Maryland. That's where we are situated at FedEx Field. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. A beautiful fake. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Now the second year back from LSU, it's Darius Geis.
Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a give. Right side, it's Geis. Looking for a crease. Can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Lions will take over.
First and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Omaha, remove. And middle. Switch.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Got an open man, it's QT. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes it 2nd and 9. Throwing is Stafford. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. Here's Ty Johnson, rookie 6th-rounder from Maryland. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Switch it. 22.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Lady. Middle.
A A throw out wide to QT, complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kiki QT, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think is making sure they get
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Now Prater to add the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14. Redskins nothing.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it? It
certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Agnew. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Let's go, boy. Bring it.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 6.
Now the wolf. Check 48's the mic. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Go.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th.
It's 4th down.
Here we go on 4th down. Haskins throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day.
From the 44, Haskins. He gets it in the hands of Dice. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
21-0, our score after 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this 1st half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
He don't want it. Check 31.
2nd and 10 now. Haskins. There goes a deep ball. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 3-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line.
Let's go. Do it.
15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up.
On 2nd down. It's Johnson, and he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Call it a gain of a couple there, as it'll leave him with a 2nd and just 3.
2nd down at the 36-yard line.
Ready? Like 7. 280.
56. 3 ball.
Hey. Like 22.
Check 99. Check 99.
Hey.
56 to Mike. 56.
Double right.
Here we go. Deuce. Watch twist.
From the 36, Stafford. Flush to his right, and it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Easy. Hey.
56. Check 56.
Stay 50. Hey.
56.
Hey, seam 6. Hurry.
Kill.
Now Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Mike 51.
So they will go for it. Stafford. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Here we go. 60 out. Push him back. 22, jet, bomber. 22, jet, bomber.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Looking for the... And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Agnew. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Third and 2, Stafford. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
Check. First down. Takes 3. 2 weeks.
Now they try the right side here. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Drill right, 22. Hey, red. Kill.
2nd and 5 now. Stafford. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ryan Kerrigan. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Easy. Hey, give me radar. 32. Watch the ship. Middle.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Looking deep downfield. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
You can't block me. Mike, upset. 22. Knock it out. Watch the edge. Check 3.
2nd down, Haskins. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this.
And now here is another interception. Picked by Tracy Walker, and he will take this down to the 10-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Richie James, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
A gain of a yard makes it 3rd and 11.
Ready. Now the Wolf. Check. 42's the mic. Here we go, D. Here I come again.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, Mike 51. Hey, pick your game up. Smooth. 51's the mic.
Drill right, 22.
Guys, alert flare.
Hey.
Watch out. Whip.
Watch what happens.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that is is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
Easy. White.
Check 50. Check. He's checking.
Play action. Stafford. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Hey, Orbit.
First down, Detroit.
Hey, switch. 59.
On first down, it's Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Hey, Echo.
51's Mike.
Hey, easy. Zero.
Back to the air. Stafford on second down. This complete to Jones. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 43.
A gain of 14.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Three down. Bang. He's cracked.
53. Ready.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
40 got. 40 got.
A gain of 7 yards.
Hey, Delta. Hey.
Man out. 51's the Mike, boy.
Stafford on third down. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 20-yard line. Stafford now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Johnson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Stafford now to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Double right.
Watch the twist. Watch the
Recon, 132 fighter.
check 37. Check 37. Check 24. Check 24.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now a handoff here to his running back. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.
Brings up 4th and goal.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it.
36, 61, matchbox, light.
They run. It's Johnson going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or two. Johnson kept out of the end zone on 4th down, and the Redskins are able to come up with a goal line stand.
Safe.
They'll try to get this running game going with Geis, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
Let's get it.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And my goodness, another interception. It's Desmond Trufant, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
At the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
All day, baby. All day, baby. Hey, easy. 53.
After the interception, here's Stafford. He lets this one fly toward the back. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Kiki QT, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6. Extra point good by Prater, and that will extend this big lead. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamal Agnew. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill, and defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can knock a receiver down. You can take him out of the play that way. You can make sure you hunt him up and make sure that you have him covered downfield. They do a much better job of it. He's got to learn that the speed has changed on this level.
Here's Stafford, escaping the pressure right, and that's off the mark, incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Alert! Hey, Haywood! 40 gun!
Throwing again. Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
46-yard line.
Let's go. Come to ending. Here we go. Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Haskins now. He's hit on just 5 of 15 throws, a poor percentage, but it's 1st and 10. Now it's Haskins. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back now at FedEx Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Check, check. Lucky. Shoot. Hey, check 20. Echo. Kill.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Detroit. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Prater for the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 17-yard line.
Set.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. They stay on the ground. Geis again. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Looking to throw, Haskins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 36. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. What did you see on that one? Rookie mistake or just good defense?
It was a combo plate, but the rookie quarterback, he'll take it all on his shoulders, and the frustration level is evident. You can see it with him. You know, if that's a veteran quarterback, he walks off like he just threw a touchdown pass because he doesn't want to show that to the defense. The young guys, they take it more to heart. It's on their sleeve a little bit. He'll learn as he goes along how to hide his emotions.
On 1st and 10, Stafford flushed out right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Troy Apke. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens, things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Trey Flowers there on the tackle.
Check 52. Go, go. Mike's 4-2.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins. Being chased out left. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out.
I got it.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. Got an open man, it's QT. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
Back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Matthew Stafford does it again. 5 touchdown passes. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point good by Prater, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Again they run. Again it's Geis. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. The Redskins on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he finds McLaurin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Redskins, first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Deron Harmon. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game.
There he goes, left side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
4 down, 4 down.
From the 29, Haskins. And my goodness, another interception. It's Desmond Trufant, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. That's one of those interceptions watching from up here. The quarterback wide receiver just looked a little out of sync.
They did look a little out of sync, and yeah, they're going to examine that when they get to the sidelines, and they'll talk about it throughout next week when they watch the tape. But the guy who's going to be there for him, really in his ear, is his center, because that's a special relationship for a rookie quarterback. Your center handles your line calls. He gets everyone in the proper position to block. He'll be the first guy back to pick you up after you've been knocked down, and that's the guy you watch the extra film with and try and learn the league.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away.
Go, Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, 32. Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Switch.
On second down, Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, 5-0.
Throwing here, Stafford. James has got it, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. It's up and good, and they add one more to what will wind up a fairly lopsided victory. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for Detroit, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And now they'll have the short week ahead as they'll host their annual Thanksgiving Day game on Thursday. Meanwhile, for Washington, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody. All right, Coach, it is a chilly night here in the northeastern U.S., but we've got some football to keep us warm at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New England Patriots. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now the try here for the point after. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals.
Makes the score Bengals 7, Patriots nothing.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Ready, set. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Got double time. Double time. Back. Hard. Fight.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And some space here. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a New England first down. Keeping it on the ground on first, Michel. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Forced out to it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Jonathan Jones that time, the one who got a hand in, knocked it away.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Kill, turn up.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Eluding the pressure right. This one taken in by the former Baylor Bear, Jalen Hurd. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Let's go, baby.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Jackson. That's going to be caught. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
At the 26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball.
Hey, box truck.
Mike Fofo.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And they're able to get this one across the...
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. Over the middle, complete. It's Cannon. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. K.D. Cannon, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Gostkowski the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 66 yards. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Pats at the line, ready to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Everyone, you got 4 down.
They'll run out of the gun with Michelle. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cannon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. K.D. Cannon with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. The point after try for Gostkowski. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yep.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point attempt here still to come. this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Set up. 70, Indy.
Double time. Alert.
5.
On the ground, this is Michelle. And he's got room. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. And he'll get that to Michelle, complete. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Set. Hut. On the bench. Off. Slant. Watch the slant.
Hey, Mike 52.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
52. 52's the mic.
Tighten up.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He's going to sling this deep down. And this is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Now the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Bengals 34, Patriots 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Their own 32-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
On second down, Michel. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Hey, Sam off.
So third and long, here's Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And he's going to go down again. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Hauling it in, Nelson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
57's the mic. Rock 57.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They begin with Michel on the ground, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Slam.
Hey, lock it.
Alert 3.
Go on.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Yo, go. 5.
On second down, Minshew. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Minshew sets to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cannon. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be fourth down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Ready?
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. That's out to his running back, Michel. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Going deep downfield for Ross. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Jackson will throw again. Steps away to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is the blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Watch the whip. He's coming. We got double up. Check 50. Check.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Patriots' 4-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
He's checking. Crash. Hey, check Mike 57.
To throw is Jackson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on 3rd and goal.
57. Mike. Bring it. 57. Mike 57. Come on, D.
Again, Jackson. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Patriots get the football back.
91. Go. Look at me. Go. SOS.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. He's going to air one out for him. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. A unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27.
Makes the score Bengals 41, Patriots 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
To throw again on second down. Minshew got his man, Robbie Anderson. There he goes, right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Robbie Anderson. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And the lead now down to 20. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Going deep downfield and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
On the double.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
On the ready.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down, 3 down.
Now Minshew. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
To try again after the sack. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Flush to his right. Here now, Johnny Townsend. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Dorsett on the return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Patriots take over.
Ready up.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it, and he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Point after here coming up. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Got it.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Well, they have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And it's Michel once again. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now it's Jackson. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. J.J. Nelson. Touchdown number 18 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Here's Minshew. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down.
Okay, some people call it the shuffle pass. Some people call it a shovel pass, but this worked really well. And it's hard to do in the NFL because of the big bodies that tend to clog up the middle of the field. But the execution was excellent there, able to get it done and get upfield for big yardage.
The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That's good for 28 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. K.D. Cannon there to make the grab. And the Pats able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Gostkowski with the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter.
Stephen Gostkowski to kick off for New England.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Jackson to throw again. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
And you know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. To throw again is Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To to throw again. Jackson. This is caught inside the 15. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A big play there. 46 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Bengals 69, Patriots 28.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 17-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Minshew, 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete. That's Cannon. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. A gain of 6 there on first. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
They can't stop us. They cannot hold us. That's going to 91.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. New England on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd down and 12. Now back to throw, and he's got it complete to Anderson. There he goes left side, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Robbie Anderson with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Patriots able to get this back to within at least some measure of respectability. Gostkowski the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Bengals drive about to get going. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their 2nd meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Going up top. It's caught at the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A big play there. 58 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
I got you, son.
Hey, Charlie. Five.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Out of the gun is Minshew. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
That's caught by the tight end, Lacoste. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Come on.
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. And he'll get that to Michel, complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 33, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. In for the score. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
2nd and 10. And this one's incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. New England on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Let's go.
Now.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
He'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 36. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
5.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Minshew got his man complete over the middle. It's Cannon. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Watch right, watch right, watch right. Oh, you got deep? Hit it.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Get it.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Minshew complete to Dorsett. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Minshew sets to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
You can't stop me.
On 4th down, Minshew. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Trying to lay one up deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for the Bengals. 42 yards. From the gun, Jackson. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Lucky. Why? Get wide. Shoot.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point attempt to come here. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And
he's into the clear. And he cuts left, and he's got a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
The extra point is good, but it only impacts the final score as this game comes to a close. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Bengals, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now in the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.